Well, there you are again. Charlie Greer podcast. I do this every day. Today, Salesman on Hollywood Boulevard. That's right. So yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, the information's in the description for Zelle. And so let's do this. Yeah, Salesman on Hollywood Boulevard. I was a salesman on Hollywood Boulevard, the corner of Hollywood and Orange, which is you've got the Roosevelt Hotel there, Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. Right around, the corner there is basically on the 100 feet away is the Man's Chinese Theater, which now is called, I don't even know what it is. So I worked at the store. I was on the microphone, on the mic salesman. I had a wireless mic, stood in the doorway. So there was a red carpet leading to the entrance of the store, and we had these huge like Oscar statues and a photo booth and the Game of Thrones chair, like a replica of that, so people could take pictures. And and on Hollywood Boulevard, because there was a little courtyard there, we had pointers, people with signs, and hey, trying to get people in. And I was in the like a carnival barker. Step right up, not saying that, because everything was $5 in the store, and I'm not going to really get into it. I don't really want to name names or anything like that. But so, hey, when people approach it, I mean, there's a ton of people. There was a counter above my head. And one day they said like 21,000 people I'd greeted in 5 hours, because we did 5-hour shifts. You're just nonstop. You can't shut up. Your throat would be brutal. It was tough. And the hard part is making it look easy, because everybody's like, oh, that's so easy. Well, here, take the microphone. And they, help me. Within 30 seconds, they wanted to run. Because people will turn on you. If you don't have that like centered, certain kind of personality where they will surround you. So everything's $5. Hey, where are you from? Miami in the house. Just crazy. You got to get to know. I'd ask people and if they give me this look like, dude, don't be asking me. I'd let them go. I'd read people. And I was good. I immediately, because I've been in the Screen Actors Guild for decades, studied with some big, some of the best, been singing in bands and all that other stuff, taught vocal lessons and all that stuff. So it was ripe for me. And I've never seen a job like this. I mean, again, in Hollywood, there are opportunities that don't exist anywhere else, And there was there was about 5 of us that could do it. Maybe a little bit more, that could, because again, it looks simple. It looks like you're just on the microphone. No. Because again, we would try to, so you get like hourly, and then you have like this like 2 or 3 tier system, commission, a bonus, all that stuff. And when I started getting my stride, see, there was all these tiers. I didn't even know. Like I was just, and they're, oh yeah, if you do this, you do that. I was like, man, just don't tell me that. Let me just do my. And I was kicking ass. I was the only one that could do double shifts. I would do like a double shift. So, and then they were like, well, no, you can't get the 2 bonuses commission. You got to pick the highest. I'm like, dude, I'm here for the fine. So, I remember one of the managers and one of the warehouse guys, I was going back, get my lunch, whatever. He goes, hey, Greer, if you're one day away from that big bonus, and no one's done it in like 12 years. And if you do, everybody in the store, from the cashiers to the people in the warehouse, whatever, gets a bonus. I was like, really? What are you talking about? He goes, yeah, man, if you hit, I forgot what it was. If you hit like whatever it is, and I did it 6 days in a row. I've been working I didn't even have a day off. So the next day, 7 days in a row, you'll get it. And I was making them like a bank. I would make them like, I would do like $34,000 in like 5 hours at $5 a pop. You do the math, okay? So this bonus system. Okay, so the 7th day, I did it. Everybody's happy. Only 3 people came up and like thanked me though. Oh, Charlie, thank you so much. And then they would get bonuses if I hit everybody. There was people that come up to me like, man, you're making me the most money. People wanted me on the microphone. Then things started getting strange. It was like the one manager, owner, whoever it was like 2 or 3 of them, was like, give me this look like, oh, what? That's not good that you hit that. I'm like, well, that's what we were striving for, wasn't it? I mean, I didn't even know, but that's what nobody's done it. We didn't think anybody would do it. See, it was one of those goals where we thought nobody would see. Well, you tell a hillbilly that I'm going to do it. I mean, I didn't even know I was doing it, So, I got a big bonus. So did everybody else. It wasn't that much. I think everybody got like $100, but there was about 40, 50 people working there. So but I'd made them so much money. It wasn't like they're losing money. Matter of fact, they made most money they ever made, but not in their mind. They're like, we don't give anybody, So they got rid of that. And then they took me off the microphone for they just gave me like all these days off. I was like, yeah, I need a couple of days off, but not that many. Well, see, payroll was a thing. Like, yeah, I get it. You had to pay more out, but look at the money and at the time I had a code that nobody else, I had a key to this certain room. I had a code on the computer. Like, they trusted me, right? After I hit that bonus, no, they took the key away. They changed my code. Like, they turned on me for making them money. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Sabotage, perhaps? Self-sabotage. You're sabotaging yourself. And of course, they gave me those days off. Will you come back? You didn't fire me, did you? I mean, you only gave me like 5 days off or a week off or whatever. And I had money to spend. I was like, hey, come back. Sorry, man. Yeah, we overreacted. I'll see, whatever. But that bonus is gone. And then they raised the commit, like now we have to work harder for less money. Yeah, that's exactly what that means. Oh, so that's gonna push me. That's what I'm gonna grade. People quit. You can't treat people like that, and then they're frustrated. Well, we need more people. Like, man, if you hadn't, you know how hard it is to get those bonus. Not a lot of people can do it, and you had this great crew. Again, it's a lot of fun. Some of the YouTubers I was on, Adam the Woo. Adam the Woo's a major YouTuber. I was on his show, I think, a few times, and then he featured me. I'd put the link, but anyway, it was actually my birthday. So it was like January 29th, 2018, Adam the Woo, live on Hollywood Boulevard. Google it or YouTube it. And I'm about the middle, like an hour in, you'll see me. And I like Adam the Woo. And I was on everybody else's, they wouldn't even add, they'd come up, hey, like Jordan the Lion and whoever. And you see everybody. The Cash Me Outside girl was everybody was rock stars and people bringing their kids through, celebrities bringing their it was a lot of fun. But then there's fights that break out all the time, like the homeless, there's a problem. And I got attacked a couple times, always from behind. The first time I was at night and I was going out to give the sale, to talk to the pointers and see if they needed like a restroom break or whatever. And some homeless guy punched me in the back of the head. The cops got a hold of him and like really, it wasn't good. And then I got jumped by 3 gangbangers that, again, jumped me from behind. And to this day, I got like a neck and back injury. And everybody was just like, some of those people I work with, like, oh, that's nothing, man. I grew up in like Whittier. You would, man, okay. This isn't like who's tough is what. I mean, I'm 48 years old. At the time, I was like 48 years old. What are you, 24? And it ain't the first time I've had it, come on. But it was a lot of fun. Competitive, like I became like, I trained people. They had a script in the window on the door and then one hanging, you're supposed to follow it. Nobody. Matter of fact, the last time I was around there, everybody was doing my spiel. Everybody was doing me. All the stuff that I came up with, all the little, funny things, whatever. And at first I was like, yeah, do it, use my, we all use each other, But man, they literally it was like a facsimile of what I'd say. down to the T. It's funny, you'd walk in, I'd be going in the back, put my stuff in my locker, and I hear them. I'm like, oh, they're just doing me. And I really didn't care. It's just that the respect and the proper credit. That's the only thing. It's like, dude, if you're stealing everything from me, even my cadence, give me a little respect. Give me a little proper because we get these newbies in. I would train. They were okay. They'd hit bonus, but they wouldn't. They were nothing like me. But they were friendlier. They would kiss more ass to the owners and stuff. Then you find out they got raises. And a few of us old school, we were like, whoa, because I've been there for a couple of years. Like, you mean to tell me you gave him a raise over? And even one of the managers was like, dude, I tried to help. I don't know. Because I quit the first time. That's why I quit. I've worked there twice. I found out that like some newbie who I trained, who was doing my spiel, had gotten a raise and was making more hourly and more like commission. I thought, goodbye, sayonara. I found out about it, walked out. Literally grabbed myself. Where are you going? Out of here. That's where I'm going. But you can't. Yes, I can. Watch me. I mean, I'm gone. And then I heard they were hiring again, and they emailed me, and only one line I emailed. I said, "Has anybody broken my records yet?" ? One line. They replied back to me, "Can you be here to do the 2 to 7 shift?" Yep. It was just right back to normal. No one said anything. We didn't argue. We didn't this, that, and the other. And they didn't change the. And then there was people that I had never met but had learned my spiel from others that were doing my spiel. And I went up to them, and they're like kind of being cocky. Yeah. So I go, that what every word you're saying is what I came up with. Oh, yeah, right. And people are like, no, I go, look at the thing on the wall you're supposed to be saying. Who do you think came up with that? Well, so-and-so taught me. Where do you think they got it from? Me. My dumb ass. And then finally, they little attitude. Then they realize, like, oh my God, like, yeah. Because I like to help people out, I learned that from my grandfather. He's like, hey, man, you don't want to show all your cards, but sometimes it's good to share your information. For one, it's a decent thing to do. And two, not everybody can apply your knowledge like you can. So it makes you look even better, But then again, don't be a fool and be, okay. I learned that. And again, it was fun. We had so much fun. But then again, you work with all those people in LA, like they were always stealing your food or eating your food. And like, like during Thanksgiving, they got us all like turkey. Somebody stole my dinner. They stole my Thanksgiving dinner and my Christmas dinner. I finally just wouldn't eat. I'd bring my own food, hide it, And I'm like, we have all these cameras, don't you? Like, well, we probably know who did it. We don't want to, they're a good employee. They're hungry. Can't they use my spoon and put it back? Okay. And one of the things I would do, and I asked the owners, I said, look, man, this stuff is like, you're selling for $5. How much did you get it for? Oh, we bought that for $25. Some t-shirts and hats, whatever, glasses. And they would recommend, like, hey, throw on that goofy stuff and you'll sell more. So I did. I would find the gaudiest t-shirt, because it was Hollywood t-shirt, like a pink t-shirt, a flowery LA hat, some kind of weird glasses, looking stupid, like a carnival barker, and just sell more than anybody. And people are like, how are you doing this? I'm like, look at how I'm dressed. I'm wearing this chintzy stuff. And a lot of people would show up like dressed nice. They're actors, musicians, whatever they are, and they want to look cool. They wouldn't do it. Oh, no. I wouldn't. Well, man, you're not going to. I mean, you asked. That's what you have to do. No, not. Well, okay. And then there's the street people. There's like all the rappers out there trying to sell their CDs, and people dress up as like characters and try to get tips for pictures. And there's like 10 Supermans out on Hollywood Boulevard, and all these Batmans and multiple Wonder Womans, and and then they're fighting amongst themselves. And I got to know them all. They all loved me because I just, I kept to my, I didn't, some of them were like top tier, and some of them were, looked like they were in like Spider-Man pajamas out there. And they were like in Spider-Man pajamas, and little kids don't know, oh, Spider-Man. They take pictures and they basically steal from people. I've seen them reach into a wallet and just take the money. And you make good money. People were like, aren't you embarrassed? I was like, well, what do you do? Well, I have an office job. I'm this, that. And well, how much you make a week? Well, I was like, what? Yeah, I'm embarrassed for you for being a jobber who's been pencil. I'm working. I'm not gonna tell you how much I make, but I only work. I work 5 days a week, 5-hour shifts, so I'd work 25 hours a week. You would not believe, like, and it was fun sometimes. Then it was stressful too. Like, say on a holiday, a weekend, the owners would really make the goals. I mean, it was just like an unbelievable. There's no way, and we do our best. And a lot of times you don't hit your goal, so you don't get those bonuses. But they get more. I get it. It was a war debt. That rent, just to rent that store was a war debt. I heard some of those stores, it's like $1 million a month to rent those. Now, I don't know about our store, but it's on Hollywood Boulevard. There's tour, like, hey, see, it's a lot of people, and you need to make a lot of money to afford that, And I never hung out with because everybody says, "Oh, Charlie, we're having beers, coming in." Not once. I worked there like a total like 3.5 years. Never. Uh, I lived in Arcadia, so it took me about an hour without traffic. If there was traffic, like 2 hours. So I was always in my car going, I got to get home. I don't want to. Never went to any of the parties. They quit even inviting me because they knew that I wasn't going to go. And then people were upset, like, they didn't invite me. Did they invite you? I was like, well, no, they don't invite me anymore because I've never went. I've told them, quit inviting me. I'm not going to cut. For one, I was in my late 40s. They're all like in their 20s. What am I going to know? Like I look like everybody's granddad or something. Nuh-uh. Not that I'm being mean about it. It's just like, come on. It's what it is. I mean, they got it. I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. And all of them love me. I'd help people out. A lot of the cashiers, like they were like, oh, Charlie. It's like, I want Charlie. And they'd see me on the, oh, it's Charlie. Yeah, because I'll make more money. Because they'd get a bonus too if I make, And then the Starbucks girl, there was a Starbucks like connected to the store. You could walk through the Starbucks and get to our store. And then the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum exited through the store. And so they were, I would send people to Starbucks and Madame Tussauds. So they would buy me, coffee, drink. Everything was cool. I'd help the Starbucks girls that worked there, like get rid of some crazy person Then I was told not to. They're like, hey, by insurance, like owners, it's like, hey, for insurance purposes, you can't be their security, Charlie. You can't I'm like, well, they're asking me, And they come to, because I'm the oldest dude, I look the most, and then people thought I was the owner. I think I was older than the owners. You're the owner? No. Yeah, you are. Quit lying. I'm not. I'm on the micro. What? Do I look like the owner? Would I be standing here like, no. See, assumption is the mother of all mistakes. They assume that, and they block off Hollywood Boulevard and have like a Star Wars premiere and this, that, and the other. And I think it was the Han Solo movie. So they blocked it off, and it was awesome. They had like fences and concrete barriers and security, and they had like a full size AT-AT on Hollywood Boulevard they built, and all this. There was a premiere, and I'm on the microphone, and it usually was bad for us, like the sales would kind of go down a bit. But after the premiere, people were getting out, and I'm standing on the microphone, and in my peripheral, I see these These dudes look, and they're dressed nice in suits, and they got laminates like Star Wars, like, And the one guy goes, "Your voice is delicious." Okay, thank you. Why don't you do voiceover? I'm like, well, I'm an actor. I've been trying to get into voiceover, do some voiceover work, which voiceover work is one of the toughest things to break into. Like I've had friends that tried, and it's just hard. It's a small little voiceover world. So they're like, oh, well, we're working for, Lucas, Disney, whatever, and you'd be great for this new, we need voiceover. Really? And they're like, yeah, if you change your life. Huh? Are you interested? Yeah. So like, okay, look, they took my information, gave me a card, but they were like, look, don't call us, don't bug us until like a certain date. Like they had something, and I didn't. Never heard from them. Then finally, after that date, I called it in, left a message. I didn't get a, they probably forgot, moved on, found someone else. Who cares? But good times. I look back on that, even though some of it was, brutal, you getting beat up or whatever. I mean, a couple times I got beat up, like I said. I always made it fun. Again, you're in and out 5 hours. And it goes by quick, especially if you're, doing it right. Sometimes you just look up and your shift's over. Like the other person comes up, you're like, what are you doing here? Your shift's over. Oh, hey. And of course, you have every kind of Hollywood souvenir, T-shirt. They give hoodies. They give them to you. They're like, you want one of these, Greer? Sure. I left all that when I moved from California in February. I had a closet full of hoodies, every kind of color that said Hollywood or LA and whatever, California, all that. Every kind of T-shirt. I left behind probably 20 or 30 hoodies. And man, dozens of T-shirts, sunglasses, hats, this, that, because I moved to Illinois. It's like, man, I don't want to be wearing all this California. No, I should have donated it, but kind of had to get out of there. So you just never know. I mean, again, it wasn't for everybody. I couldn't even have thought of a job like that. It's just like, again, Adam the Woo, who's a YouTuber, he was always in and out of there. He was really cool to me. He was like, how can you do this? Like, what? And he featured me on one of his live streams, which like 100,000 people were watching that night. And I'm dressed goofy, purple shirt with like a red hat, stupid. You had to. That's how you made the money. But I'm going to cut this one short today. I got to go to work. I'm a sales consultant, a client coordinator, if you will. So yeah, I do this every day. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, the information is in the description for Zelle. And it turns out I talked to my bank. I do have to set some stuff up before I can. So I'm doing that Thursday. Anyway, who cares? But I love y'all. Be here tomorrow. Be blessed. Cheers.